What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 79 of Littleroot Lessons. As always, I'm your host, Carter Noble, joined by our fantastic co-host, Carl Wilkin. What's up, dude?
Data, that's what's up.
Yeah, for those who have been, following us for a while since we've been doing our circuit, usually the week after we do, like, a data dump and just go over, like, the teams and everything from it, and we haven't done one for a month?
It would be for 5 events, so it's the last event in July, which was the big rumble that we had, like, I participated in, and we had a bunch of last minute signups, all the way up until the most current rumble we just had, which was last Wednesday, if I remember correctly, or Wednesday. It'll be 2 Wednesdays ago now.
Yeah, because we record on Thursdays.
Yep.
Normally we would have an event this weekend, but because the U.S. has Labor Day on Monday, and most people who actually do something for the holiday travel for the weekend, figured that, our attendance would be lower than normal. So instead we pushed it to this next weekend.
This coming weekend.
So
here's
of recording, it's 2 weeks, but as of when this comes out, it's like 5 days away. So
yeah.
If you're interested in playing in that, make sure you're in the Discord. Make sure you sign up for it. And, we got a bunch of data to go over.
Yep, 5 events worth, 42 teams, all Series 10. Very wide. There's some far outliers, and then there's some real, like, obvious things going on. Data point wise. So let's just get this up on screen now for everyone.
So I have not looked at this at all. I know obviously you compiled it and everything for us, so I have not actually got a chance to look at this. But it really comes to no surprise to me that the top 2 played mons are Rillaboom and Incineroar, followed very closely by Water Urshifu.
Yeah. If you have been living under a rock and this has come to some kind of surprise, now you know Rillaboom, Incineroar, Rapid Strike, Urshifu have been this powerful core for the majority of Series 10 at this point. Usually they're supported by a Regieleki, and that's the 4th place mon here.
To be fair, the drop-off from Rillaboom to Incin, 28 to 22, that's a decent chunk. And then you have 22 to 18 between Incin and Urshifu, and then you have 18 to 11 to Eleki. So, the top 3 are all pretty stacked, and then it kind of falls off.
Then it starts to trickle off here. Regielekis are only other mon above 25% usage.
To be fair, Stack Attack is really close at 24.
Yeah,
so
it's 11 and 10. It's one more played. If I'd played Zygarde 2.0 instead of Zygarde 1.0, Stack Attack would be at 11 instead of 10. So we're just gonna go over all this stuff, kind of see our thoughts on how the format has evolved and how much merit this number actually has. Obviously, the big 3, Rillaboom, Incineroar, Rapid Strike. I see this constantly, all the time.
I actually want to, while we're going over this, pull up Pikalytics and compare our data to theirs.
That's cool.
Just to have an extra talking point here.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk some stuff while I get this pulled up.
Like I mentioned, there are 42 teams, which means that there is a whole bunch of Pokemon here. 37 total unique mons in this data dump, ranging from Zygarde, Shedinja, Sableye, Raikou, Porygon 2, Heatran. There's a Greedent in here.
There's a Decadewey in here.
And Decidueye, yeah. So we'll get into all these ones here in a little bit and talk about how good they actually are, because a lot of these are just pocket picks for certain players and things like that. But the big meat and potatoes is just looking at our bigger numbers, our 8 played, our 7 played, 6, and so on and so forth.
So according to Pikalytics, the top 4 mons are Incin, Rillaboom, Eleki, and then Urshifu. So we have Urshifu, then Eleki. But percentage-wise, we have Incin at 65 on Pikalytics compared to our 52. It's little lower, but at the same time, it's close.
We also have a smaller data set.
True.
It's kind of kind of how that happens a lot of the time.
They have Rillaboom at 51 compared to our 67%.
So they're literally almost just flip-flopped.
Between Ensign and Rillaboom, it basically is swapped. Eliki at 35 compared to our 26. So again, a little bit of a drop-off, but honestly, that's like 2 or 3 teams.
I think the Eleki is more of people playing it who have it. Not everybody has access to Regieleki.
That's true.
So that might be why we see lower numbers on that one specifically.
Whereas, this is data coming from Showdown where it's a click of a button.
Everybody has it, yeah.
And then the big difference here is our Urshifu is at 43%, and Pikalytics has it at 30. It's like quite a few more wet noodles running around than Pikalytics.
Yeah, that might be just due to the fact that like the same teams probably got played multiple times in a row.
True.
Means Urshifu gets played a bunch in a row as well. Like if one person who showed up to 4 of the events brought Urshifu every time, well, that's 4 Urshifus put into our event roster here. I wanted to hear about this Zacian number. How many Zacians? So we have 8 Zacians on ours, which is 19%, compared to
Pikalytics is at 23.
So that's not bad. That's pretty close.
Again, that's literally a difference of 1 team.
Yeah.
So not really surprised by that. The one I want to talk about here is Pikalytics has Among Us at 24, whereas we have it at 14%.
Yeah.
Down here at, 6th place? So,
6th place.
I mean, Among Us is top 5 most played. And honestly, even, playing on ladder, that doesn't seem accurate as to what I've played against.
Yeah.
That number seems really high, so I don't know if that's something going on. If there's, some certain team that's been running around that I have not ran into, or if this is just, an upward trend that I have not caught on to yet. But that does not reflect the format I've played.
So, Among Us is something I've been playing around with on Zygarde 2.0, and it does a ton of work. I slapped Rocky Helmet on mine, and I switch it in on Urshifu Surging Strikes, and I watch them deal more damage to themselves than they're dealing to me, and it's great. I think as people figure out that Serena's really good and Rillaboom's not as good, Among Us will probably start to see more play as the grass type of choice next to, Pokemon that don't need Serena.
True. Things that don't want Rillaboom and don't really need Serena, but,
want that grass type still.
Plus, compared to where the format originally started, there's definitely been a huge uptick in Stack Attack here as well. So, you are seeing this, kind of resurgence of Trick Room teams going around. I know I've ran into Cali Ice, 3 or 4 times in the last couple weeks. And, every time I played against it, I've just gotten completely bodied. Because they have either their form of speed control, which is Trick Room in their case, and, combining that with not being able to correctly pressure them without being punished, just leads to these game states that make it pretty difficult for me to come back from.
Yeah. Or,
my opponent makes a good switch in, and next thing you know, the attack I made triggers their weakness policy, and then I'm dead.
One of the cool things about the whole Stack Attack thing is it's Stack Attack is good on teams without hard Trick Room answers, and it's good on teams that don't really need Trick Room but just kind of want the option of having it. You want to play in Trick Room, you can have it as well. It's a real good all around just fit. I've heard a lot of people compare Stack Attack to being just another restricted slot, which it very much could be. Stack Attack is very, very powerful. It's very, very bulky.
And honestly, it can hit extremely hard, too.
Yeah.
It's attacks that is nothing to scoff at.
Yeah. Stack Attack is at 10 here, which was 23, and you said what was the other one?
Oh, I think theirs is at 22? Yeah, 21%.
So that's actually on par.
Pretty indicative, yeah. See, next we have Volcarona, which is down here at 12% as opposed to R19. So again, couple points off.
So the big difference here, I feel like, is because this was from early, and the Showdown one updates almost daily. So Volcarona
is it that common now?
Volcarona has actually
definitely declined a ton
since we talked about it last. It's definitely dipped a little bit because just people have figured it out. There's other Xerneas answers. There's more rock coverage running around. So Volcarona as a whole just isn't as good as it was back when Xerneas and Zacian were super duper popular and every team didn't have rock coverage.
Speaking of rock coverage, the next two bonds here also 8%. 8 usage points. 19%. Nihilego and Landorus. Granted, this is incarnate Landorus, so 99% of the time is going to be sheer force.
Yep.
I have ran into sand force a couple different times, and I'm pretty sure it's just because I've ran into it next to Tyranitar once or twice, and that's kind of scary, especially when they also back it up with Dracovish. I'm just like, okay, I am actually dead. You win.
I ran into a sand team. We're in trouble.
Because it's actually really interesting if you think about it, because you have Groudon and Kyogre both running around as well. It's being able to have the slowest Mon set your weather and be able to threaten both of them depending on which Mon you need. It actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Sandforce Landorus is something I mentioned when I did the deep dive for it. It's something you can't trifle with it. I played it in Draft League to great effect a lot.
Because people don't anticipate it.
They just don't anticipate it. You get to run the physical moves that you don't normally get to see. Nihilego is another thing that's kind of popping up. It's weird seeing Nihilego just slap a life orb on it, no power herb or anything like that. But I understand why.
I mean, honestly, you get 1 KO with it and you're doing just as much anyway.
Yeah, you just take off and run with it. When we mentioned Nihilego, I think we talked about Nihilego back on
I think it was last week.
Yeah, in the Series 10 recap for our tier list.
Yeah. It was a mon that I was really impressed with because we were talking about Grassnot versus Thunder, I think.
Yeah.
Because for some reason it gets access to both of those.
It's an Ultra Beast, man. Just let it go with it.
It's basically a Gen 1 mon.
Yeah, basically.
Nothing makes sense. Its design doesn't make sense, and its move pool is all over the place.
Yep. So it makes sense seeing Nihilego and Landorus both up here because people expect Xerneas to be popular, so you just play around it and plan for it, and if you run into it, cool, and if you don't, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. And I mean, with Incineroar being extremely popular, you can just Meteor Beam it and then...
So yeah, you can just bop it with both of those Pokemon and you're fine.
I mean, that's really what Lunala's been doing here lately, too.
Yeah.
I know Aaron Zhang played it... Was that last week? 2 weeks ago now? I can't remember.
It was a while back.
He played it and just the number of times it's just alright, cool. Bang! Nice Incineroar switching. You're dead.
Yeah. Lunala is definitely one of our more popular restricteds on our side compared to
Which
probably...
is really, honestly kind of shocking. The fact that we have Zacian and then Cali Shadow and then Lunala is honestly kind of indicative of where this format has evolved into. We see Xerneas down here at 4, but I also think Xerneas is... The play patterns that Xerneas provides aren't really... They're not for me.
They are very position heavy.
Which, I mean, I can play that kind of game, that's fine, it's whatever, but it's not the kind of game I truly enjoy.
Oh, I love those kinds of games.
But, at the same time, when I get it right, it makes me feel like the biggest brain player ever.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's the whole thing behind it. It's just like playing Colossal. When you get everything going right, you just galaxy brain and you're just so good.
Someone, I think it was Gil was talking on Discord. I could be completely wrong, but I know someone was talking about how pivoting and positioning with Xerneas is a lot like Colossal in these older formats where, if your opponent just puts you in a position where, oops, then you just get them.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's too late for your opponent to make a comeback.
Yep.
And I mean, that's honestly, in the games I've played against Xerneas, you can see it where I pick up 3 KOs early, but next thing you know, they got a Geomancy off, and
they're ahead.
I'm up 4-1, and I lose.
Yeah, because they're just wiping everything with spread moves, which the format has adapted very well to Xerneas now, and
that's honestly why you see Lunala and Stack Attack higher, and I'm actually curious if when we get down to it, it's like Hitmontop also, like, dude, Hitmontop really impressed me last week when I was playing it on laddering.
It's just wide guard in general always feels really good.
Well, especially the Hitmontop team. It's so good because people anticipate protecting in front of it. This is on the Cali Shadow team. And that's when you just get them in feint, and then you just pick up a KO for free.
Yeah.
Like, there was a game...
It's doing what it's Santee's Weavile did.
100%.
It does the exact same thing. That's its job. There's no fake out on it. It's there to make you think about fake out, and he would click feint instead and just blow you up with Water Spout.
Well, see, that's the best part is you still have fake out.
Well, yeah, so, like Hitmontop doesn't have enough moves to where it can actually like do the kind of things that Weavile did.
You say that, man, but that was one of my big problems early on when I was building with Hitmontop. Like, Series 1, Hitmontop was like, man, there's like 8 moves I want to play on this thing, and I can't.
Well, now we're not doing weakness balls things, so a lot of those are
so like Bullet
out.
Punch, Mach Punch are both pretty non-existent.
You want to run at least one fighting coverage move, so close combat's the best one there.
Yep.
You're running feint. You're running wide guard, so you can't really afford to run protect with it.
Like, it really feels like wide guard, close combat are staples in this current format. Those two are basically required. And then, like, fake out's really good, and feint just pairs really well with it too. So like the sets that are running wide guard, you don't really want to run protect because wide guard increments the protect counter. Yep. So you can't wide guard and then protect. This doesn't work that way. However, trying to get back on track here. Yeah. Overall, it's not surprising seeing like Stack Attack and Lunala, these very good wide guard users out here. We'll get into some lower numbers here soon that there's more wide guard users hiding down there, more niche ones trying to catch people off guard. That, people don't know how to play against them because they've seen it once.
Yeah, they just forget. They just forget that they have it and things like that. You mentioned Cali Shadow at 7. This is our only 7. 16 or 17% essentially.
Which, I just had it. Where'd it go?
Which, according to Showdown, I know Xerneas is much higher. I know...
Yeah, we have Pikalytics has Showdown as Xerneas at 14% as opposed to our 9.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's not too terrible difference.
But like, knowing when these were taken, when this was during Xerneas' like heyday. This was super popular for Xerneas, really, really powerful still. And that's updated since then, and Xerneas has seen a whole lot less play. It's still really good in the right hands, but it's just not doing what it was doing in the earlier on the format.
So the other mons that we are much higher on than Pikalytics, there's Whimsicott here at 11 as opposed to
like
8. So
yeah,
not too big of a difference. That literally is one team.
One team.
Yeah. Landorus Therian, where is that? Actually, that's higher than I anticipated. It's at 10 as opposed to R12. And DD Female at 11 as opposed to 11. Inte
at 9 compared to probably much lower.
Actually, 16.
Oh, so it's much higher.
Yeah. Okay. Inte is actually like the first one that we are low on that no one else is that high on. They have Serena here at 14 as opposed to our 7.
That's probably a lot of people playing Santi's team.
Yeah. I mean, Kyogre's also at 14, and we have it at, keep going.
2.
2 teams. A whopping 5%.
There were more Drifblims and Arcanites played than Kyogre.
What?
Yep. There were more Groudons than Kyogre.
Which, honestly, I could see.
Serena, Tornadus, Suicune, Moltres, Galar, Groudon, Gothitelle, and Drifblim and Arcanine, all here sitting here at 7% usage, 3 plays apiece. The Serena and Tornadus almost, I feel like, were always paired together. I can go back and look later and confirm this, but I'm pretty sure they're just neck and neck with each other.
I would not be surprised.
They are very good together.
So let's see. That's probably Serena, Tornadus, Kyogre makes up all the Kyogre teams.
Most likely.
The question is, what is the third one being paired with?
Probably Rillaboom.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Honestly. The Arcanine's really cool because I talked about Arcanine before I got sick on a deep dive way back when.
Did you see Matt posted his shiny Arcanine? Did you see this? Going through back
all the way back.
All the games.
Yeah.
With every ribbon you can possibly get on it.
Yep.
Which isn't completely accurate because there's ones from Coliseum and XD that you can only get from mons that are obtainable in those games.
Yep.
So really, he didn't do it all.
All the Game Boy games.
That's fair.
All the handhelds. Arcanine is something that I thought was just like really cool, and as the format develops, I feel like we'll see more Arcanine over Incineroar actually. As people just like, there's more psychic terrain, Incineroar doesn't do as much. Zacian's probably going to become a real big problem again.
I'm actually curious where Arcanine is at.
Probably much lower.
Less than 1%.
Yeah. That's because everyone just copy-pastes teams with Incineroar on them and don't test Arcanine.
Dude, honestly, that's pretty true with, like, Rillaboom as well. You know, Serena is super viable as that, like, offensive grass type as well, with, you know, having a very defensive-based ability in Queenly Majesty. And then, like, Bulu is also just fine.
Yeah.
And the amount of people who are just not going to look in Bulu's direction because it doesn't have access to Grassy Glide is absurd. Yeah.
And the fact that people are just like, I'm going to play Rillaboom as my grass type. Oh, wait, I can't play against Serena. Two of my moves are priority moves. What am I going to do? I guess I'm going to U-turn. Oh, wait, it has triple axle and it O-code me. Because somehow it outspeeds me now.
Scarf.
Like, it's just
as a
like...
man who's made his fair share of Scarf Serena, they never see it coming.
Nah, you just have Tailwind on your Tornadoes and it's fine. Because they can't...
You know, okay, technically that's also accurate.
That's how they do it. They just click Tailwind and triple axle into your Rillaboom and you're sad because you're Assault Vest and you weren't expected to take the triple axle.
So either respec your Rillaboom and then die to the rest of the format.
Exactly. Galarian Moltres is something I know Navier has been high on with Assault Vest, treating it as like baby Yveltal.
And dude, honestly, it does its job really well.
Gothitelle was something that we saw earlier on with like Regieleki and Zacian, just trapping people and doing a bunch of damage, not letting anybody pivot. Not surprised to see it.
Meh.
It won one of our Rumbles. Gothitelle was on I think it was the one in July. In tail end of July, it won that Rumble with Yveltal and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Interesting.
I can go find the team probably real quick.
Interesting. Okay. Well, while you do that, I'm going to look through Pikalytics here and talk about some more data. Where do we have Urshifu?
Regular Urshifu?
Yeah, 5%? That's not terrible.
2 total plays. Now you're really reaching.
Yeah. Zapdos.
Galarian or...
Regular.
Regular.
The fact that Galarian is higher than it concerns me, Carl. Oh, it's not. Okay. Nope. Other way. Higher. It's in 3s, right? Did I see it?
No.
I swear I saw it.
No. You saw this one as I scrolled down.
No. It was... I don't know.
There is no Zapdos.
Like 0 Zapdos?
0 Zapdos.
That can't be right.
There is 0 Zapdos.
I call BS.
You gotta remember this was from the past month. Zapdos is actually fairly new in Series 10.
Yeah.
It's only been around for about a week and a half.
I blame Aaron Zhang for that one.
I blame Wolfie for that one.
Well, yes.
That's where
Aaron
actually
played Wolfie's team, I believe, right?
He did.
So, really, this is all Wolf's fault playing... was he playing the Weather Ball Zapdos?
Yes.
Next to Groudon? Yeah, the Fling team. Yeah, that team was great.
Yeah, this is the one that won. It won the first event that I took data from.
Sweet.
This was the Volcarona that we wondered why it was nicknamed after me.
Ah, yes, this is Vern's. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the bulky Urshifu.
Yep.
Which, for the record, still my favorite Urshifu. Like, playing games against Urshifu, I always had to talk myself through, what if this isn't bulky and it's Sash instead? It's like, alright, so now I had to double into it, but if they protect, I'm dead.
That's why you just carry spread moves, bud.
But that's difficult.
Just carry spread moves.
So that's when I just feint them and then they die.
Other two notable 2s here, there's an Umbreon at 2, there's Tapu Fini at 2, Reshiram, Milotic, Mineshow, Metagross, Kartana, that's something we don't see very often anymore, Grimmsnarl, Eternatus, an Araquanid, Thundurus Therian. You haven't seen Thundurus in months.
I would like the Eternatus teams, please.
I think one of them is... I can't remember who played it. Try to remember who played it.
You're on your own, man. You are on your own on this one. I have legitimately no idea.
There's going to be a faster way for me to jump through these teams. Because I have them all in this.
But this is all just paste, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awkward.
Yeah, we're not going to find those anytime
Alright,
soon.
well, fine.
I think I know where one of them's at. Nope.
Alright, well, I give up. I am very easy to just... whatever.
No, not worth my time. Kartana, Grimmsnarl, things we don't normally see anymore, which is kind of cool seeing them here. I'm personally playing with Grimstar again. I think it's fine.
Honestly, I think people just, once we got to this format, went, alright, well, Xerneas and Zacian are really good, so that means the thing that's weak to it that has been, dominant the last 3 seasons is no longer good, so clearly we can't play it.
The thing is the games were either running long enough to where screens would wear off, or
they were so quick that screens didn't matter either.
Yeah, like your screen setter got hit with fake out and you just got blown up. And games still happen like that, but now it's just a matter of properly positioning and getting your Grimmsnarl into a safe spot. With the Zygarde 2.0 team that I have been working on, it utilizes Grimmsnarl in a real cool way. We still have Spirit Break, we still have Light Screen and Reflect, and we're running Sucker Punch to get an occasional Cali Shadow pickup or Lunala nonsense or something like that. And it's really cool. I saw Kartana on someone's stream the other day, and it was doing AV things still, which was really weird.
Please just play Focus Sash.
They couldn't. They couldn't play Focus Sash because it was taken up by something else.
Please play Focus Sash.
Well, when you're playing a Lecky, you kind of want Focus Sash on that.
Nah, Magnet.
So,
you mentioned Fake Out, and I know we've talked about Fake Out the last 2 months and how prominent it and Intimidate are. So that got me thinking. I'm like, what's the cheekiest anti-Incineroar thing we can do? And I think I've come up with Adrenaline Orb Steadfast Lucario.
Let's go fast.
Turbo fast.
But we can't get flinched.
No, Steadfast.
Oh.
Not Inner Focus.
Why are we not Inner Focus?
Does it get Inner Focus? It does.
Yeah, I was like, what are we Steadfast for?
Because then we can't be intimidated.
But we don't care because Inner Focus means we don't get intimidated anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're Inner Focus, we can't be intimidated, so our Adrenaline Orb doesn't trigger.
I don't think that's how that works.
I think it is.
I don't know.
I need someone to test this. And I'm too lazy to do it myself.
You have your phone in front of you.
Yeah, but see, shut up.
Looking through these ones here, there's a ton.
There is.
So, I don't know if this is a typo or not. Someone played Zacian without the crown.
That's got to be a typo.
It's either a typo or someone was playing Life Orb or Choice Band.
Did Aaron play?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
Probably not. He's done a lot of Showdown.
There is a Necrozma Duskling team somewhere in here.
Yeah, it's at 1.
It's a 1.
Right here next to Palkia. Did Gil play?
Yes, that is Gil's.
Alright, cool. Is it sad? I just know. I like, he hasn't really been around, but I know that's him.
There's a Kyurem. Base Kyurem. It is base Kyurem. This is on purpose. I know exactly what team this is.
I need a team, please.
Okay, so let me find him. Which one is it?
I don't know.
Nope, not that one. It's one of these. Where are you?
What are you doing?
Found it.
Sweet, we need to talk.
So this was when this is the vote, remember? He had people.
Oh!
Kyurem ended up winning. So this is the one he ended up playing.
Bright Powder Zapdos.
Yep.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Goggles Metagross. I actually like that quite a bit. That's a real good Xerneas counter.
Yeah.
It's like, nice Volcarona, idiot.
As is this Crobat. I played this team against, and it was the longest drawn out fight we ever had.
Sweet, I need a rental code. I want to wreck people with
regular Kyurem.
I'm gonna message him right now. He's probably awake.
I forgot I was the one Thundurus, the one Weezing, and the one Zygarde.
I remember you getting messages about, hey, why did my ability work?
Why did my Intimidate go off? Why did this happen? Because I'm not neutralizing gas. That's why. Looking through some of these other notable ones that actually mean something. Toxicroak at 1 is kind of surprising. I expected more of this Pokemon, but again, this is something new kind of tech that not everyone's picked up yet. And as Xerneas has kind of fallen out of favor, so is Toxicroak, kind of just how it works. Because it was a real good Xerneas check, and that's about all it was really good for. Like, you had Sucker Punch for Cali Shadow. Doesn't mean a lot when most of your moves are priority and everyone's running Tapu Lele and Indeedee again.
Lele has actually really impressed me too. I played a Lele Mirror, and we were both Scarf.
But you're not max speed.
I was not, and so they just Shadow Balled me, and then I died.
Yep, sounds about right.
It's like, man, I thought I was extra bulky so I could take hits, and then I just died anyway.
Yep. No, your bulk is not enough, let me tell you that right now. I was playtesting with Lele over Grimstar. It's not worth it, in my opinion. Yeah. It's not worth it what I was trying to do with it.
It's fine. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
Yep.
Like, when it's good, it's absolutely absurd. The problem is your Scarf, so, like, it on the lead is really bad because, like, any other train setter means they're going to get their terrain up. I don't know. It's fine. That's about the best I can say. Where is this Greedent?
That's Adam's team.
Ask me how actually surprised I am by that.
You shouldn't be surprised
at
all.
Literally not at all.
You shouldn't be surprised at all by this.
Lunala Greedent.
Fun fact, he was also the only Togekiss and one of the 2 Kartanas.
More importantly, he's Sash Kartana because he's smart. Big brain.
Greedala. A lot of the one-ofs come from this real big first rumble. Had I not included this, we probably would have had a lot less one-ofs.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know, like I said, Thundurus, Zygarde, Celesteela, Weezing all came from my one team.
Were you playing? You weren't playing Swampert, were you?
No.
So
I don't know.
Someone else.
I don't know where the Swampert's at in here. I haven't found it yet.
What is Hannah doing? She has interesting teams.
Found the Araquanid. One of the Araquanids. And we found one of the Mine Shells.
Yeah, that's pretty standard for Cali Shadow. Like, obviously Araquanid is not what you would consider a standard Mon, but, like, it does its job.
I believe...
It's really good for the Cali Shadow mirror.
I believe the other one is Zordor. The other Araquanid.
I would not be surprised. I know he won something early on.
Oh, this is the dog team.
Oh, the mono dogs. He has Ocean Dog, Gyarados.
Yeah, Ocean Dog. Ocean Doge. I'm trying to remember who played Swampert. I thought I saw it. There's the other Araquanid.
It's shiny. That's all I care about.
And it's Wakanberry. That's kind of cool.
Doesn't Bug resist electric?
No.
Is it not?
No.
Am I dumb?
Not that I'm aware of.
Wait, was that Electric Seed Coco? I mean, Electric Seed Drifblim? Okay, that's Grassy Seed. I saw a seed and I thought it was yellow. I'm like, wait. Is that Electric Seed with no terrain center?
No way to go. Oh, this is the one. Yeah, here it is. I found it.
Rindo Swampert.
I remember this one because it was Rindo with Wide Guard, but we're also physical, which is kinda in my opinion.
How much? Well, see, the problem is like, if you're special, you can't do a lot to AV Rillaboom, which like is obviously a huge check for you.
You don't want to sit in front of a Rillaboom ever.
Yeah, but like that's the other thing is like, even if you are Rindo and you're physical, Ice Punch isn't picking it up either.
No, and the worst part is if they have their own Rillaboom, they usually have an Incineroar behind it.
Exactly. So then you're getting intimidated.
Less damage.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm special with the Salt Vest, and I just leave every time I see a Rillaboom.
Substitute Nihilego. Substitute Life Orb Nihilego is really interesting.
It's literally the Landorus set, but you're swapping Earth Power for Power Gem. Literally the same thing.
I mean, you are dishing out basically just as much damage. Nihilego it hits like a truck.
It's literally the set. That's literally what they do. Landorus sets anymore are like Earth Power, Sludge Bomb, Protect, Substitute, because they don't want to ever take a hit. And if you can call it right and get the Substitute off when they think you're going to Protect, you're just miles ahead of your opponent. Let's see here. Back to usage stats. We've got a Mimikyu, an Alolan Marowak, Mandibuzz, Latias. Other notable restricteds here are like Ho-Oh.
Which, is that Matt? I know he was playing Ho-Oh for quite a while.
I believe the Ho-Oh is the one we played on...
Oh, you're probably right. That was...
I can find him.
Oh, it wasn't Spades, was it?
No. Your Spades is the one you're currently playing.
That's right.
It was Shadow Giraffe.
Yep.
With the Agaslash.
Yeah, this team was so fun, man. This is probably like my favorite team I've played this season so far. That's not true. I played Eternatus. It was stupid. I might do that for laddering this week if I can figure out what I want to do instead of. I think the play is to figure out what I want to do instead of Skarmory.
Stack, attack.
That's probably the play. Like, Skarmory just translates really well into that slot. They were carrying goggles anyways. They just slap goggles on Stack Attack. And then probably honestly swap Bulu for Rillaboom, just AV Rillaboom. And then, like, swap some items around. I think that's the team.
If you have a problem with Fake Out, you can always play Serena in that slot instead. Or if you really want to just kind of lean on the Trick Room slot a little bit more, you can play Amoonguss. The other cool thing you can do is take the speed out of your Eternatus and put it into bulk. So you actually have a bulkier Eternatus that can play in Trick Room. Eternatus naturally outspeeds a lot of the format, and the things it doesn't outspeed, you definitely underspeed even if you're max speed.
Yeah.
So you just click the Trick Room button and just have your speed invested in the bulk instead. Make sure you're faster than opposing Palkia. I
actually really like the idea of Stack Attack next to it because that helps against Cali Shadow quite a bit. Because if they do Ndidi/Lele things and are going for Expanding Force, you can just Wide Guard plus. Unfortunately, I probably can't KO them.
No.
So it's Wide Guard plus Cosmic Power, but that's probably not enough either. Plus, Cali Shadows here lately, I've seen a lot of Psyshock on them instead of Expanding Force, and honestly, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah. Of these one-ofs, I wanted to get your opinion on this. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of these one-ofs that we don't ever see that actually don't have any kind of meaning because they're just a random one-off.
You mean Jigglypuff?
Yeah, like the Jigglypuff down here, the Mandibuzz, the Kyurem, the Decidueye. The Decidueye is a real cool tech.
Sell me on it.
So the idea back when we were watching Karima play with it, you could be long reach, and you get the KO opposing Volcarona with dual wing beat. But you can never get
without ever having a chance to flame body, which is one of the big problems with Urshifu. Is if it triggers on the first one, well, it just lives, and then you're probably not going to do anything after that.
Yeah,
interesting.
It's just something to think about because you do get flying coverage on Decidueye. It's just that's kind of cool.
You also have Shadow Sneak, so you can deal with opposing Calyrex, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Grass Ghost.
Maybe Decidueye is the play.
But what I was going to ask is how many of these Pokemon that you see on here are actual big meta hits? Because I don't know
could
compared
actually
to
do something.
Compared to Pikalytics, I know there's certain Pokemon on here that are much higher usage.
But also at the same time, you're looking at one usage stat out of 42 teams compared to how many thousands of games are being played. Mm-hmm. So I think the big ones here, just starting here from the bottom. Cali Ice has definitely picked up popularity from my experience. I think it's actually still now that the format is developed in a way where it can actually be played, it's good.
Yeah, you actually get to see it now. Yeah.
The big thing is obviously you're in a format dominated by Incineroar, which lines up not only well with you against you because of Intimidate, but also hits you on both of your typing super effectively. But you can just play into that and be weakness policy, live the hit, and then blow them up back.
Yeah, you get to run high horsepower.
Celesteela is interesting. It has definitely fallen off in favor compared to older formats, but it is a niche wide guard user as well, which can be very important. Plus, because you're typically going to be running wide guard, you're probably just wanting to do protect lead seed things in your other two slots, and then heavy slam. But
get to play the stall game.
But then again, Heavy Slam also plays into being intimidated, so that's not the best plan. Also, then you just die to burn. Whereas you're already immune to poison, so that's not a status condition that's ever popular anyway, but burn actually can and will be important. Mm-hmm. Cheerum, obviously you're pairing this next to exactly Torkoal or Groudon.
Let's just be honest here, it's Groudon.
Yeah, 100%. Torkoal you're usually seeing next to Lilligant or these other aggressive grass types that can abuse chlorophyll to some degree. Mm-hmm. I like Heatran. I know we kind of touched on that last week. I think it's very underutilized and could be very good in this format if people would look into it a little more. But
after Aaron played with it with the Guzzlord team, did you get to watch that one?
Yes.
I think people will start to pick up on Heatran a little bit more.
Yeah, dude, Guzzlord. Maybe that's the play. I need Guzzlord. Dude, it fits actually because it's a super bulky just annoyance that your opponents can't deal with. It's very similar to Eternatus. So if those two are on the field together, how do you beat them? The correct answer is Dazzling Gleam, and then they're both dead. But still,
just Xerneas, Dazzling Gleam. Don't even need the Geomancy, just Dazzling Gleam. Ho-Oh is something I think that should be played more, but isn't.
Ho-Oh was fun.
You got called out for not fighting to move Ho-Oh into S tier last week.
Yeah, whatever. I think it's good. I think people have not looked into it enough still, which, because of the way the format currently is, I don't think it's worthy of S tier, but I definitely think it is one of the better restrictors that people have not looked into.
As Xerneas falls out of favor and Zacian players get smarter and Kyogre gets more popular, I think Ho-Oh's definitely not S tier worthy anymore.
Correct.
Groudon also is just like a real good check into it.
Yeah, the fact that, like, sure, you can switch out on Precipice Blades, but then they just Rock Slide you.
Yeah, they just call your switch and just click Rock Slide. What are you going to do about that?
Again, you're a physical mon in a format dominated by Intimidate. So, But, like, Regenerator's a hell of an ability. You line up extremely well against Xerneas, but like you said, and like we've talked about today, Xerneas is trending downward. And that was honestly one of the big selling points for the Ho-Oh team, was just like, you played Xerneas against it when we played in that showdown. It was just like...
And you just clean house against it.
Okay, I don't really care about this.
That's your best matchup. You clean house against Xerneas and Zacian, but when you don't run into Xerneas and Zacian, you can kind of struggle.
Couldn't actually tell you the last time I ran into either of them on ladder.
Zacian was just this last episode.
No, it wasn't. You can't prove that.
It's on tape. I can go pull it up right now. You won that match, by the way.
Alright, cool. Then, yeah, obviously.
It's like, you won that one. I remember that. You also saw it without the bone. You saw whatever weird life form.
I do remember that one. I don't remember what it was doing, but I do remember I played against a naked dog.
Naked Zamazenta is currently the popular one.
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
I haven't ran into it personally, but I've seen, I think it was Moxie Booster was streaming it, or like he was the one who was like innovating on it, that as a result brought it into the limelight. So like, sure.
I think it's really cool. It's really cool to see these, the like specifically the crowned forms not being utilized. Zamazenta gets away with it better than Zacian does. Zacian really wants that Behemoth Blade, really wants that Steel typing, whereas Zamazenta kind of doesn't care.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I get my +1 defense boost either way, and I get to just still do Howl and coaching things. Like, yes, I'm now weak to Psychic and Flying, but I'm also not weak to Fire and Ground.
Hot take: Zamazenta is worse Thievul. That is a take that I'm sure
Does
literally
get coaching?
No, but we get Howl. So like,
you want coaching. That's the big one.
Yeah, but then like you need to be fast, and Thievul is faster.
Zamazenta's fast.
Nothing's done. Burn it, ain't.
No, but that's just a whole other thing you got to try to trigger for Thievul.
You slap Rillaboom on every team. It's not that hard.
Oh.
No, the real play is play it next to Coco and just U-turn out. No. Scarf Coco next to Unburden. Am I going too far?
Yes, the minute you said Scarf Coco, you went too far.
Did you see the team building we were doing the other day?
No.
It was Specs Groudon.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I was doing something. I think that was when I was trying to get the Python working to run this thing.
It was very bad.
I heard.
It was exceptionally bad. We had like 5 people all working on it, and it was all the teams looked awful. Like, on paper, the teams look really cool, and then you plug in Groudon onto a calculator, it just does not actually matter.
Oh, goodness. Ho-Oh, don't worry about Jigglypuff, don't worry about Kyurem.
Nah, man, Jigglypuff is super underrated, and people are gonna die to it.
Oh, of course. Mandibuzz isn't, like we talked about it in the tier list, it's not the greatest thing.
Mandibuzz and Umbreon are very similar in that same vein, where they're like these bulky dark types that are difficult to take down and like just try to stall the game out. But honestly, I kind of like Guzzlord more in that slot.
I like Umbreon more than I like Mandibuzz.
Yeah, fair.
Umbreon actually just does other things. Mandibuzz is trying to be that bulky Yveltal Galarian Moltres without playing those Pokemon. At that point, just play Galarian Moltres.
Yeah,
like
fair.
You don't need the Tailwind. You want to slap AV on it probably anyway. the roost doesn't matter.
Plus, you're weak to Eliki. And I think that can't be, like, stressed enough, especially when it's, top 3, top 4 Mons in the format. You're weak to Eliki. And that's kind of a hard selling point in this format.
Not worried about Latias, not worried about Kyurem. Alola Marowak is something I'm surprised we're not seeing more of, as we'll probably see more as Trick Room kind of gets popular again, because Alola Marowak was a real good answer into opposing Cali Ice.
And, like, honestly, if you can get it in safely under Trick Room, like, it also lines up exceptionally well against Cali Shadow. Like,
yeah.
Being able to just poltergeist things is really good. The problem is like, Indeedee. So you just, like, Rockhead Flare Blitz them instead. Just
bop them.
Do you get dark coverage on Alola Whack?
I have no clue.
You know who does?
The internet. Other Pokemon and these one-offs that are actually memorable and like might actually mean something. Mimikyu is really, really good alongside Calyrex Ice. We've seen it a lot in Series 8. I expect to see it a ton more as Calyrex gets popular again. Palkia is something that was really popular early on, and as Xerneas kind of just dies down, I expect Palkia to maybe make a resurgence and actually be decent again. Raikou, something I really, really liked in like Series 8 before, but it's just I haven't had enough time with it in Series 10 to actually make any kind of use out of it. I'm going to die on the hill that all the water ground types are your preferred water types from here on forward. You can play Suicune, and that's probably about your only other like non-restricted water type you can play.
Here's the thing. Suicune dies to Eliki. Swampert does not.
What I mean is just like Suicune's like if you're trying to go fast, that's the one water one
I will agree. I was trying to sell people today on the ATX server of playing Quagsire. And then someone got on there and like, how do you beat Rillaboom? I'm like, alright, this team specifically, you have Incineroar and Nihilego. Blow them up.
Yeah, you
position yourself well enough to where you're not worried about Rillaboom.
Hey, how does Suicune beat Rillaboom?
You actually don't.
You don't.
You can either beat Rillaboom or you can beat Eliki, and they're typically paired together. So good luck.
Yeah, it's like you can't beat them both. Like you're not Milotic. You can't expect to beat both.
Now here's the play. You learn somehow you figure out AV Suicune, and so you get to be invested into all your bulk, but then you're like doing 0% damage back to them.
The thing is, then you lose the best part of Suicune, which is Tailwind.
Obviously, Carl. But you get to live hit. So, like, would you rather be dead or have Tailwind?
To have Tailwind.
Okay, let me rephrase that.
The answer is obvious.
Would you rather be alive or have Tailwind?
Have Tailwind.
I think I'm still asking the wrong question.
Yes, you are.
Can you tell it's late?
Yes. But yeah, like the water ground types, Swampert, Quagsire, Gastrodon, these are still really, really powerful on the right teams. Ho-Oh's, again, one of those really good Pokemon that pairs well with these guys because they just check rock types really well, too.
Circling back to Alola Whack.
Okay.
We get Brutal Swing.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Time to go do some calcs for that. If Sizer can do it, Alola Whack probably can with Thick Club.
You also get Throat Chop and Knockoff.
Oh. Do we actually get knockoff? Or is it just like a...
I don't know. According to this, we do. I should probably check the right format.
Yeah, probably.
Series 10.
I think Throat Chop is correct. That one I remember seeing.
Knockoff is illegal.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Brutal Swing is legal, though.
Yeah, Brutal Swing's cool. Throat Chop is
also
still legal. Shedinja. I'm getting the deep dive for Shedinja. I've been working on the Shedinja deep dive for like 2 weeks. Because I've been trying to figure out like how I'm actually going to talk about this Pokemon that only has 1 HP.
It doesn't exist, Carl. I don't know why you're investing so much time into this.
Because it's actually really good. That's the problem. The imaginary Pokemon is really, really good.
I was working on this like new series I've been working on, and one of the mons that was going to be legal, and one of them was Shedinja. It was like, the AI can't play against this. Yeah. You just win. So you win the game. Yeah. Like, I'm just going to ban this if I do this, because it's not fun. I think Wolfie did that in his Emerald Nuzlocke. He just fucking cheesed Juan with like a level 23 Shedinja because it literally can't touch it.
Yeah, you just win the game that way. Looking through the rest of these, Togekiss can maybe do something at some point. I don't see it ever coming back, though.
In a format where Zacian and Eliki are really popular, probably not.
Man, all you gotta do is just run 2 ground types, and you never see a Eleki. They never bring it. Let me tell you, I have Zygarde, I have Swampert. I never have to worry about Eleki.
Well, see, that's the thing. You're playing Zygarde and Swampert.
Yeah, they never bring it. You can't speed control me if you can't hit me.
You could have 4 Mons weak to Eliki in the other 4 slots, and I'm sure they still wouldn't bring it.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what happens. They don't bring it. When I was testing Celesteela, that was a lot of people's only check into Celesteela. They still don't bring it. Celesteela still gets to just do its thing because they don't bring Eleki because they're afraid of it getting one shot.
Dumb.
I have so many replays of this Zygarde team just bodying Zacian. It's great.
Dumb.
I'm excited to do this collab. Is it
better than turn 72 your opponent concedes because they're struggling with Zacian?
No.
Yeah.
No one ever lets me get to that point.
For whatever reason, everyone lets me.
I don't get it. It's like they see I get like 3 coils off and then it's like, nope, I'm done playing. And I was like, okay.
Like, oh, okay.
Okay, bye. I'm excited to do this collab.
When is that happening? Have you talked to them yet?
We're trying to get all of our dates scheduled right now.
Gotcha.
We're looking at recording sometime this week, hopefully, maybe.
Sure. I don't know. You tell me.
That's the thing. I don't know. They gave me a couple days that are good for them. It's like I can do all these times in the afternoon on these days, and I haven't heard back yet. So.
Gotcha.
But yeah, this is a lot of good data. A lot of fun talking about this stuff.
For sure.
Any random things you want to talk about before we move on to do other things? Any hills you want to die on or anything like that?
I still think Heatran's really cool and people need to play with it more.
I'm telling you, it'll happen now that it's been played on YouTube, on a team. People will start to pick up the team and they'll start to play with it, and then they'll start adapting Heatran into their own teams.
I need to message Adam and get a good Guzzlord set. That was the other thing he used to work on.
Yeah.
Just Greedent and Guzzlord.
Greedent and Guzzlord. Guzzlord is the other one. If I remember correctly, Guzzlord on the team was like Snarl knockoff.
I literally don't remember past that. I know it was those two. Does it get Wide Guard?
It gets Wide Guard.
Okay, so...
Wide Guard was one of the other ones, and I think Protect.
I think so.
Was literally the moveset.
Like, you don't ever need Dragon coverage. And, like,
no.
You knock them off, and then, like, their damage output is negligible because they no longer have an item.
Yep.
And then you just snarl them to death.
Like, you snarl special attackers into the dirt. Like
that's one thing that Guzzlord's really good at is just, like, being a wall.
You want to attack me? Nope.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I would have to go back and pull up the... I'm actually going to, so I'm not completely talking out of my ass here, but I think they were, like, max on defenses. It's like, this is not dying, because you don't need to invest in the HP.
No, you just have such a high base HP.
It's a lot like Drago in that regard, where you just don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We're going to mute this. Offensive Whimsicott.
Nice.
That's the team. Read more.
Find the paste. Look at the paste. Hey, look at that. Poke paste.
252 special defense, 236 defense, 20 HP.
Makes
Knock off
sense.
Snarl, Wide Guard, Protect. Citrus Berry.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm in love with Citrus Berry, especially if this is like your check to Calyrex. Like having a berry on a Mon that's wanting to sit in on a Mon that won't let you eat your berry seems not great.
it's for more, like, the Cali Shadow's not doing anything to you to begin with.
That's very true.
So
Especially
it's not staying. It's not going to stay.
Sure, stop it.
Like, I'm going to click knockoff. Get out of here.
What's really great here is this Guzzlord is also paired with, like, Shedinja. So, like, if they do stay in with Calyrex, they're getting KO'd by Guzzlord. If they switch out and, like, they have, like, Mienfoo next to it, you can just switch out into Shedinja, and then they, you know... How does Mienfoo deal with the Shedinja?
Rock Slide.
Okay, now what move does they actually run that, you know, hits?
I've actually run into that a lot.
Why? Stop it.
Don't ask me why, it's just what they're running.
I haven't seen this, and now I'm terrified.
They run Rock Slide.
My bug was safe, and now it's not, Carl.
Yeah, no. That's why I say, like, Shedinja's good. You just gotta scout out moves on your opponent's end before you send it out there.
Pikalytics, please. I don't want to see the LPL Summer Split Finals. I don't know what that is.
That would be the...
Tennis?
No, it should be the Chinese League of Legends.
Sure.
LPL? Yeah.
Rockslide is on 6% of Mienfoos.
It's enough. If it's above 5%, it's when I start respecting it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah. Been doing anything else here lately?
I said I was going to work on Kiram White this past week.
How'd that go?
It didn't.
That's what I thought.
I had like 5 mons picked out, and I just never figured out what I wanted to do with the 6th. And then, you know, work happened again, so like my free time for the week was gone.
Nah, that's why you just think about Pokemon while you're working. It makes the work go by faster.
See, here's the thing. Then I'm on this all day because I get distracted.
No, you just don't even have to. Oh, you just have it in your head. You don't even have to have it out on the phone. Oh, everyone can see my nasty bruise. I was scratching my head. And I was like, "Oh wait, yeah, I got Carter beats me
mauled by a dog this weekend."
So
we should probably clarify that it's your dog.
Yeah, it's still it's my dog. So Belle, the sweetheart that she is, loves to go swimming with us. While we were down there at the lake, she wanted in the water. So she'd jump in the water, she had her life jacket on, she'd swim around for a little while. Well, she'd get tired. Instead of going to the ladder, like she should have done, she decided to climb on me. And that's how I got this one.
And your arm. And...
It goes down my arm, down my side. It is her whole leg looking. Just smacked me hard.
So what's this giant cut on your arm then?
This is where I almost fell off the bike on the way to work because I took a corner too wide. So instead of running the bike headlong into the wall, I stuck my arm out to try and bounce off of it and finish the corner. And I turned my arm into a cheese grater.
Carl.
And then I got a bruise on my elbow on this side. You can probably see it here. This is where I put the cooler in the boat and I rolled it on the boat, trying to like wedge it in there. And hit my funny bone real bad. And then I hit it again about 20 minutes later, getting the cooler out of the boat. I am a broken human being. Not to mention I was sick for like 2 days. When we got back.
I don't have words. I legitimately don't have words, Carl.
This is the first day since I got sick that I feel like a normal human being again. However, I've been playing a lot of Unite in my free time now that I'm just like, now I don't have a bunch of video scripts to work with.
I have not. I've been recording stuff.
Yeah, you've been recording on your project. I've been playing Blastoise. I've been playing Beyblades all day. That's all I do. It's just I spam left on my D-pad so I can get the Blastoise faster because the way the wraparound works, you just go back and you go all the way over. Everyone's trying to go this way. I'm just like, nope, wrap around, go to the end, grab Blastoise, put on his little hat and suit jacket, and
Blastoise is the first new character I don't have. I have Guardy, I have Blissey. I have Zera. Like, everyone has Zera, so, like... Are those the only ones that have been added?
Gardevoir, Blissey, and Blastoise.
Yeah, so I don't have Blastoise yet.
I don't have Gardevoir. I'm missing 4 Pokemon.
Guardy's sweet, man.
I'm missing Pikachu.
I have Pika.
Talonflame.
I have Talonflame.
Gardevoir.
I got it.
And Eldegoss.
Don't have it.
I could easily pick up Pikachu and Eldegoss. I have almost 10k coins now.
I'm missing quite a few. I don't have like Lucario or Garchomp.
I have both of those.
I don't have Snorlax. I don't have Charizard.
I have that one too.
I debated getting Charizard, and then I talked myself into Guardian instead. I'm like, yeah, this is way better.
I like the all-rounders. I have a lot of those. I'm excited for... Now that I have Blastoise, I'm excited for Mamoswine.
I don't think I have a single all-arounder, actually. Like, I know I don't have Machamp.
How do you not have the champ?
Is it free?
I don't know.
If there's an all-arounder that's free, that's the only one I have, I think.
I don't know.
I legitimately don't know off the top of my head.
Oh. Currently I'm unlocking clothes now. That's kind of been my thing on...
You got my Talonflame skin.
Oh yeah, I got that too.
I want them to add a trade feature. I want to get rid of my Snorlax skin because I want the Talonflame skin.
I was just like, I just rolled it, and then the little circle thing that goes around your logo popped up. I was like, what the heck is this?
You're like, oh yeah.
And then the Talonflame animation started. It's like, oh yeah, that's a thing. We have that going on still. So I have the Talonflame skin, but no Talonflame.
Get to it. Talonflame's great. It dunks on people.
I've been
really
playing.
hard.
I Jungle Blastoise. That's all I want to do.
It's
all
so
I do
dumb
now.
And it works.
I was gonna play Jungle Blastoise and Jungle Snorlax, and everyone's gonna have to deal with it.
People don't expect Jungle Blastoise, and that's why it's good.
Rapid Spin Water Spout is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
You just get to just sit there and spin like a top, and you can save Water Spout until you're right on top of somebody. You slap Muscle Band to go along with it, because in Rapid Spin, all your attacks become physical attacks. And then Water Spout activates for every person hit while you're doing Water Spout. So if you're in the middle of 5 people and you hit all 5 of them, you get all those triggers.
It's dumb.
I remember someone went to the tester. They got 125,000 damage out of Blastoise.
Dumb.
125,000. Granted, I believe that was just like testing against 5 opponents. How much like AoE damage you do, because that's all you do is AoE damage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just nuts.
It's actually dumb.
It's a lot of fun. Probably gonna play a little bit more when I get done here.
I'm probably going home. I have a bunch of things I gotta do tomorrow.
Well, you have fun with that. I gotta work.
I don't, but it basically is a day at work. How much stuff I got going on.
I thought about uploading deep dives for tomorrow and Sunday, but I think I'm just gonna hold off. And make sure the scripts are real good, because I don't want to rush them. I normally have more time to work on them, and I didn't have time to work on them like I normally do.
Sure. You know what you're doing.
So we'll have deep dives back this week. It'll be on first new deep dive will be on Wednesday.
Wednesday, Friday. It'll be fine.
Yep.
So, is that it? Are we out?
I think that's everything. I don't know, man.
You tell me. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, we can just get on here, I guess.
Cool. So, as always, everyone, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're not listening on YouTube, go and do all that stuff on every video we have on the channel.
There's going to be, as of Saturday, there'll be 450 videos on the channel.
That's a lot.
We also have our custom URL on YouTube now.
Somehow. I still don't understand
I don't know how, so I went and looked at, they changed the requirements for it. You have to be a channel for 30 days, have over 100 subscribers, be in good standing, and there was some other thing.
So I need to get in bad standing with YouTube. I
guess.
gotta figure out how to do that.
I guess. Whatever.
Twitter.
Yep.
At LR Lessons, myself at Mr. Missouri 25, and Carlos at Musical VGC. Carl and I are both on Twitch, at Mr. Missouri 25 and at Musical. It's currently September. Again, feels like we were literally just here.
Yeah. I might stream if my schedule gets to a point where I can actually do stuff. I might stream more.
I don't know, man.
I've been enjoying Unite enough now, and I feel like I'm in a comfortable enough spot with the control system that I have enough Pokemon I can play that I can comfortably just like play solo queue stuff if I want to.
I am spending all my free time working on this project, and it has not gone well. To put it very bluntly, it has not gone well. So, like, that's where literally all my free time has been the last, like, 2 weeks, is working on these projects. And, you know, I want to have one of them done by the time we go on vacation.
Yeah.
But, you know.
If you get one of them done by the time we go on vacation, we won't have to do a bunch of laddering videos. We can just have those set up to upload every day.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. So, hey, get on it.
I'm working on it, okay?
Make my life easier.
Let's see. Twitter.
Twitch.
YouTube. Discord. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Make sure you come and join the community Discord server. It's great. That's where you can hang out with us and all the wonderful people in our community. So, that is always down in the description of like every video.
It's in the description of every video. It's in the podcast notes. If you're listening on audio version, go down there and find it. We had someone recently join who just who's been listening to the podcast for a while. They just never joined the Discord.
Yeah, it's
so
there.
That's kind of cool. It's there. I make sure it's there for people who want to find it.
Yep.
If you can't find it, you can always go discord.gg/LR lessons. That URL works too.
Yeah. Website.
Yep.
I have a website. It's cool. If you're interested in writing for us, I know I've had a couple people reach out, and then they said, yeah, I'll get started on something, and then I haven't heard back from any of them.
Well, they're probably working on something.
Maybe.
It takes a while. I thought about doing up the Zygarde team, like a team report for it, once the collab goes live.
No, what you need to do is get it done now.
Well, yeah, no, putting it up once the collab goes live.
Now we're
it's not going to take me very long to do this. I have all my calcs saved and whatnot. So
that makes one of us.
It won't take me very long.
My calcs are... Yeah, that looks like a good number.
Oh, my God. Whenever in-person events come back for us, you're not building teams ever. I'm just going to build them for you, and you can just slap your things together.
This is what I want to do. Thanks, Carl.
Need to talk with Bob and Amy about doing in-person events down there.
Yeah, probably.
That'd be fun.
I'm sure it'd be, hey, can we do this? And they'd be like, okay. That I'm sure would literally be the conversation.
Yeah. The cool part is like you can do, like, they don't have to all be here. Yeah. Like, you can join over online and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that'd be fun.
Yeah. So, is that everything?
Website, Discord, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. I think that's everything.
I got a whole lot of nothing else, so.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back later this week with some more stuff. So, have a wonderful day. We'll see you later. Peace.